Hey there everyone, this is Yui. Welcome to episode 1 of FTB Academy. We just got out of the tutorial, so this is the block I landed on. The very first thing I'm going to do is set a waypoint, just so I know where the spawn is. In case I die or need to come back somewhere, that's where it's going to put us. You don't have to do that, I just like doing that so I know. This has dynamic trees in it. Don't let them land on you because they can kill you. But then they just fall down. You don't have to worry about ore excavation for that. But while we're here, I'm going to most certainly pick up the clay. Stuck. Oh, there's a little indent down there. Pick up a little bit of the gravel. And there's not really any sand here. I'm doing that for later. It's always good to have at the beginning, because you need it for Tinker's Construct later on. I didn't even open up the quest book yet. This is just, I know we're going to need wood. That's basic Minecraft. You start with wood, work your way up, because you're going to need to make tools. And we have a small astral sorcery temple right there, which is pretty nice. In those you can find a chest. Under one of those 4 pillars is going to be a chest. So once we get a stone pickaxe, we'll go break it open and see what we get. So let's take a look at the quest now. We're gonna start to get a starting area. Yep, start playing. Here's a quick little tutorial about journey map, which is in the top right corner. I'm not going to read through this, but I'll leave you a couple seconds on each slide so you can pause it if you need to read it. And then when you get to this screen, make sure you hit yes to exit the little slideshow. Here we go. Starts off with getting wood. No different than normal. It wants us to go, so we have various options here. We can go down farming. Any of these will be fine. Get some ore, but we're going to start up top here. This is a great place to start. This is Tinker's Construct, which is all about tools. So your sword, your pickaxe, your axe, any of that stuff. So we're going to craft all 5 of these parts up. Once we... Actually, you know what? Before I do that, I am just going to get a little bit more wood and set up a small little tidy building, I suppose. I'm not one of those people who likes doing that dirt, hiding under the dirt at the beginning. Kind of counterproductive. We still have a little bit in time before the sun goes down. Still going up, so we'll just pick up a little wood. And then that'll be... I'm not a good builder, but you know, I'd still rather live in a little wood box than a dirt hole. The trees always fall away from you, so it'll be hard to hurt yourself with them, but you still can, so just be careful. And I'm going to convert a bunch to planks. Spawn's over there. This isn't actually that bad of a spawn area. So I think on this little hill here. Yeah. I think over here I will. So this mod pack has ore excavation in it. The default key is V for changing the shape of what you want to excavate. But if you hold Control and then hit the key, it will bring up this menu. And in this menu, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a new shape. The black spots are where the ore excavation will dig. So you can make this look however you want. If you really want something that looks like that going all the way through, you can. But I am going to do just a basic row. I'm going to call it 3x1. And then just hit escape when you're done, and then you can toggle to that row if you want, or that new shape. I'm just doing this so I can clear out this little dirt a little easier than one at a time. That's all. So it's good for doing shaped settings, and then that's it. So I am going to make a quick little I like to do 11 by 11 there, because it gives you plenty of room to start with. Like I said, I'm just going to live in a box, probably for who knows how long. I am not the creative type. I am more focused on the automation stuff. Setting up the machines. Oh, too far. So I don't focus too much on the pretty buildings or anything like that. But this will be sufficient to keep us safe for the first night. Get rid of the grass, which usually can be ore excavated also. I did go ahead and I changed the basic settings. If you go hit escape, go to mod options, just type in ore E, it'll bring up ore excavation usually. You can click on it and hit config. I increased the limit, which used to be 128. I drastically increase it, and I increased the range from 16 to 64. The only thing that does is potentially will let me kill my hunger faster, but it means I don't have to ore excavate as much, which will be nice if you're dealing with, well, in this case we don't have to worry about the large trees. So but anyways, for the tinker stuff, we're going to need 2 crafting tables. One of them you're going to just put back in and turn into a crafting station. I'm going to put this here. Now these, if you're not familiar with them, they'll maintain their inventory. But in addition to that is they'll have access to an adjacent storage inventory. So if I put a chest here in this corner, you can see it on the right hand side. Just to quickly show this. And then you have access to whatever you put in there from inside the crafting menu. I'm not going to put a chest here, I'm going to put a storage crate here. So to make those just going to be, like I said, if you're not familiar with any of these recipes, this is from Actually Editions. We're going to make a small storage crate, which is going to be made with this wood casing, which is very cheap to make. It's all wood. So is the next part. It's just all wood. There's planks and chests. So for all wood, you get this massive inventory, which is much better. I can dump this junk out. Alright, so first thing we're going to need to do is make some patterns. So since this quest is giving us patterns as a reward, I'm only going to make 1 set, which is all we need to make all of the tables. So the first one is going to be a crafting table under a pattern. Will get you the tool station. A log under the pattern will get you the part builder. Then a plank under the log, or under the pattern, will get you the stencil table. And then you can either put a chest here, or you can surround it with the wood like you're making a chest, and that'll get you the pattern chest. So the way I like to set these up is go crafting station, tool station, part builder. Here's going to be the pattern chest, and then the stencil table. So you can put these in any order you want, and they don't have to be in a straight line. If I really want, I can say take this and put it in front here, make like a little L. I just like having them in a straight line, out of the way against the wall. The most important thing is that the pattern chest needs to be adjacent to the part builder and the stencil table. because the stencil table will let you insert the stencils you make directly into the pattern chest, while the part builder will have access to the stencils that are made from the inside the pattern chest. So let's claim the reward so we have some patterns. It also gave us the manual for Tinker's Construct, Materials, and You, which is good for when you're making your tools. If you're not too familiar with how to set up a smeltery, it'll go through the details of how to explain that. But the most important part, because once you learn how to make a smeltery, you know it, but you can forget the tool or the materials. So this will list all the materials, what kind of durability you can expect from it, what kind of attack you can expect from it, and important, what kind of like modifiers you get from it based off of the material. This isn't modifiers like these modifiers, they're more like attributes. So if you pick like iron, you get magnetic. And there's a whole lot of them. They change over time. Other mods will add some. So there's a whole lot of them, and you're likely to forget. So what I'm going to do is you just click on the one you want, put it over. Sometimes you can control click. I don't know what mod does that. And then so I'll be back in a second after I make all these up. And we're back. I had to make 4 more recipes of the patterns, which are just the planks and the sticks. So overall, with the quest rewards and what you have to make, you need to make 5 sets of patterns to cover all of the different patterns. So those get stored in the pattern chest, which now if we look at the part crafter, you'll see all the patterns on the side here. So the first thing, well, it's going to tell us to do it, is we're going to make a pickaxe. So you just put the material you want inside of one of these 2 spots. Now, you can't do metals through here. So to do metals, that'll be covered later. So this won't cover everything. Sometimes, well, it used to tell you the acceptable materials. Now, I know what a pickaxe needs. It needs the pickaxe head, a binding, and then a tool rod. If you're not sure what the tool needs, you can go to your tool station, which you have access to all your tabs from any of the tables, or you can just go to the table and I'll start with that one. So the tool station will show you what you need to build each tool. So if you click on it, it'll tell you the components at the bottom. Now we have each of those. So now we have a basic pickaxe. It's not very good, but it's enough to get some stone and then upgrade it. So before I run out willy-nilly, I am going to make a very basic sign plate and a tool rod. Now, if you're familiar with shields, this is the Tinker's Construct version of a shield. This one's not going to be very good, but it's going to be better than getting shot in the face with arrows. We'll just make a quick little door to get out of here, and then I will put that probably on multiple sides. So the battle sign will reflect the arrows back to the skeleton if they're shooting you. It'll also protect you from, say, creeper explosions and like that, so you don't get hurt. Speaking of creeper explosions, what I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to, wherever you want, it doesn't matter, I'm just going to set it over here. Whatever block you're standing on, you can type in /set home, base home, and that'll set you basically a waypoint to teleport to. This is added by FTB Utilities. If you're not sure if you have it in your mod pack, you can open up your inventory, and at the top left you will see the team and some of these other things. This is FTB quests, but mainly the teams and the chunks and the trash can. So now if I am away from base, like super far away, not like 4 blocks away from the spawn point, you can do, say, /home. And then if you stand still for 5 seconds, what it will do is teleport you to that spot. Now, there is a cooldown, so I can't just do it all the time. By default, it's a 5-minute cooldown. You can change that in the config files, but usually that's not a problem. Jeez. Angry. Yeah, back to the creeper thing. Claim chunks. What I like doing is claiming the chunks around my base. If you're on a server, you're going to have to make a team first, but if you're on a single player world, you're automatically in a team. So what this will do is anytime in multiplayer it prevents people from accessing your stuff, but in single player the main thing is if a creeper blows up, it's not going to damage the blocks. So if I stand here and let him blow up, maybe, or he's going to run away. He doesn't hurt anything. But that also sounded like the confetti mod might be in here, so he might not hurt anything by default. The other thing you can do with claim chunks is you can shift click. It'll put a little red border around the areas. Those are chunk loaded, so they will run whether you're there or not. And you can shift right click to change them. So it's a very simple way of getting chunk loading without any machines. I'm going to make a quick sword as well. I need to go mining, but there's so much junk in the way. Maybe I'll just wait till day. Yeah. So I'll be back in a moment when it is a little safer to go. And we're back. It's now daytime, sun's rising. So we're going to go out and get some stone, which we could just get down here. So I'm just going to break my pickaxe basically and just vein mine the whole thing, because we're going to need it, so no harm. That's funny, the water didn't update. Oh, here's a gem from Astral Sorcery. You can find them in these little ponds or in rivers. You'll need quite a few of them for the aquamarines, so start collecting when you see them. Save yourself some trouble later. So first things first is you'll notice my pickaxe is still here, but it says broken. So Tinker's Construct, once you make a tool, you don't need to make another one. You can repair them with the same material that's on the head of the tool. So you can see if I just add one piece of wood, it'll go up a little bit. If I put 2 in, it'll go up a lot more. So now we can also swap out pieces of the tool. I'm going to go ahead and just make a full set of what I normally make. You can make different tools. These are the ones that I prefer, which are going to be pickaxe. I'm going to make a comma. And I need some. I'm going to make a broadsword, which I already did. Dang it. Oh well. I don't think I can reuse these. And then a mattock is what I'm going to make. So you can make a shovel and a hatchet if you want. I prefer making a mattock because you can use it as an axe or a shovel. It's just not as good as either of them basically. So a hatchet will take no durability if you're cutting leaves, and a shovel works like a normal shovel, but a mattock does not work well with sand or gravel, so it only really works with dirt. And then a comma. which acts like shears. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I keep coughing, which I'll end up cutting out, but anyways, let's make a upgrade the sword so you can swap out the parts. I am going to leave the wide guard as wood, because wood tools or wood parts add ecological, which repair your tool over time. Although if you take a look at, say, the wood binding versus the stone binding, you'll notice the durability will go up ever so slightly. So those are the tools I will use. I don't know if I can dump that in there. Nope. Okay. I'm just gonna put it in the trash can. Alright, so the next part we can have is sharpening kits. If you make some sharpening kits, I'm just gonna make 5. So if it messes up like that, where you see, I know I have enough materials in here to make 5 of them, but you can't see it, and I can't click it out, just pull the material out and put it back in. Now, sharpening kits will either allow you to, if you combine it with flint, you can upgrade the material of, say, your pickaxe to that type. So say we had an obsidian. Let's go sharp obsidian. So if we had an obsidian level sharpening kit, it's a mining level cobalt. What you can do with that is you can combine it with your pickaxe, and then your pickaxe will still repair with stone, but it will mine as if it were a cobalt level tool. That's one way to upgrade your tools. I don't like doing that, but you can, because once you put on a sharpening kit, you can't take it off. All you can do is replace it with another sharpening kit. And then what these sharpening kits also do is they let you repair your tools on the go. Like, I don't need to repair this one, but if it were lower, you can just repair it. That'll get us all, oh, nope, one more, signpost. My little shield. Which is in my offhand. There we go. Now we have a basic set of tools, so we should be able to go mining and stuff. So what I am going to do is take a bunch of wood. Go, I don't know how much. Well, probably all of it. Let's see. So this has the crafting tweaks, I believe it is. I'd have to look it up to make sure. But this gives you buttons on the side here. There's also hotkeys set to these, where you can spread the grid if you want. So if you're trying to compress stuff, or if you just put stuff up like this and you want to make it even, you just press the balance button. You can rotate them if you want. But I just want to make a bunch of ladders. And then I'm going to make a trapdoor. And then in the corner, probably over here. Oh, I guess that'll work. I'm going to basically dig down. Now, when digging straight down, be careful. The more appropriate way of doing it is to dig down 2 at a time and stand in the middle block here. So that way if I dig this one out, I still stand here. And then if I dig that one out, I'm still up here. That way you'll notice if there's a cave under you or not. So I'm going to dig this down, fill it with ladders, and then I'll be back. This will be my mining shaft. And we're back. I dug a pretty much a straight down tunnel. Zombies are burning. Nothing. I did run into a skeleton, so I got a couple bones. So with that, what I'm going to do is make a bone tool rod, which will give us fracturing. And so now if you put your sword in there, see it has an attack of 5. You put the tool rod on, it jumps up to 6.5. And you also get a bit of durability. So it's a nice little damage boost for nothing. And I'll still have auto repair because I still have that wood guard on there. So since I have stone tools, actually before that, I made a couple furnaces. I'm just gonna plop them down, doesn't matter. I want to make no, we'll just do all of them. That's fine. Clay is pretty easy to find usually. And then coal is in my inventory. So we have actually additions, which gives us access to tiny coal and tiny charcoal. So that means a regular piece of coal or charcoal will burn 8 items. Tiny coal is made, you may get 8 from 1, so each piece of tiny coal will burn 1 item. So it's a good way of melting items down, or smelting items, without wasting any fuel. That way you don't have to worry about it. So while that's cooking, and we'll get back to that. Ooh, white flowers. These white mystical flowers are kind of your starting point in Botania. You need them to make your... Ooh! Jeez, that scared me. Gosh. Oh, now I got distracted. You need them to make your white lily, which is just made with 4 white petals. Oh man, your pure daisy, that's it. Which this is your beginning Botania flower, because in order to make a spreader, I don't cover this in the tutorial, but to make a spreader you'll need any petal. The mushrooms are substitutes for that. You need this living wood. And living wood you get by placing regular logs next to a pure daisy. Similarly, there's living rock, which is stone. Not cobblestone, but smelted up stone. So like I said before, a while ago, these pillars, under one of them is going to be a chest. And of course, it's the last one. In this chest, you can find things like diamonds, iron, gold, ender pearls, glowstone dust. It's just a simple way of getting resources early on. Now, I know for a fact that you need a ton of marble for astral sorcery. So I am going to go ahead and just tear down this entire structure. And it will all get used and then some. When I say you need a ton of marble, that's an understatement. I'm going to leave the sea lantern here because I intend to get silk touch eventually. And might as well pick up the flowers while we're here, and the wood because I used all my wood up. Although the wood's not a big deal because we're going to solve that problem soon. Automatic wood, first episode. Potentially, actually, I didn't check my iron supply. Let's head back. I need food. There's like no food. Give me those seeds. I'm gonna start a farm. Alright. You know, you also need quite a bit of seeds for Botania. That away. We got some from there. Did I pick any up? Mining? No. So we'll just make one to start with so I can see it. Pick out all these bricks. Now, one of the quests... Oh, let's see. What do we get for that? Torches, actually. That would have been nice. These storage keepers? Yeah. Okay, it tells you. It will let you keep the content of the crate, but when you pick up the crate, you lose the storage keeper. To do it, all you simply do is just put the storage keeper in the inventory, so you need one spot open, and then you break the crate, and then you can pick it up and it'll maintain its inventory. So if you're moving bases, okay, thank you. So if you're moving bases, it's a good way to move a lot of stuff without mass moving with backpacks. But what we're going to do is we're going to look up bonsai. That'll show you a bonsai pot. What this is just a mini tree farm, basically. The hopping bonsai pot is an automated version of the bonsai pot. So we're just going to make a bunch of bonsai pots. Now, the bonsai pot requires material for the sapling to grow on. You hit uses, you can see the difference. So you can use dirt or grass blocks. Grass blocks are better, because dirt has a longer grow time and less drops by 10% each. Some mods add other things in there, or you can change the config file for it. But we're going to start with that. We're going to make a hopper, which sometimes you can do a recipe like that. I think that's from cork, but I don't necessarily know for sure. We're going to convert one of them over into a hopping bonsai. And real quick, I am going to make I need more sticks. Another crate. Oh, that was close. This guy is not happy today. I'm just going to drop this in this corner, so you'll see the difference. We'll put down that one, and we'll just put down a couple of these just to show you. So you fill them with dirt just by right-clicking on it, and you need your acorn. Traditionally, this is a sapling, but since dynamic trees are in the pack, you use acorns. And then if you look at it, it will grow slowly over time. Now, if you hit uses on the acorn and you go to the bonsai trees, what this does is when it grows up, it'll give you a chance to get these items. They get wood, sticks, leaves, or more acorns. So in short, this is basically a way of getting wood, is what I'm going to be using it for. And later on, I'll be using it to automate some Botania mana generation, but that'll be a little later. Now the difference is once these bonsai pots reach 100, they'll sit there until you right click on them with an axe. So he'll just sit there, won't do anything. Now when this one reaches 100, it will auto gather itself and output its results into this bottom chest or inventory, whatever you put there. In this case, it's just a single wood plank, but this will keep going. While these, you have to manually come back, harvest them, and then they'll grow again. If you double right click with your axe, you'll pop off the sapling if you want to swap it over. Since I do not intend to actually deal with these, I'm going to turn them all into hopping ones later. And for now, I'm just going to put them away and let that one go. That's a nice way of getting wood, which means you have access to charcoal all the time if you need it. Look at all these mobs. So real quick, showing you the shield. You just hold it out, and if he shoots me, the arrow goes back at him. Of course, you still have to aim it, but it's nice. So with that, we're about out of time for the first episode. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.